Hello everyone, Alex and
Ria?
Crouch here today. We're going to do a podcast for the first time, we've decided. We've done videos on this channel before where you see our faces, but today we've decided to go for something different, more of a podcast format. In this one of a series I'm not sure what we're going to call, we are going to be talking about some of our theories and predictions about where the Black Butler manga is going to go post chapter 131. So if you haven't read up to and including chapter 131, this will contain spoilers.
Yeah, so either click on something else or go read that, then come back.
Click on another one of my videos, please. That's what I'd prefer. So, in case you've been living under a rock in the Black Butler community over the past 2 months or so, or you only watch the anime, twin Ciel theory was confirmed. We know that the character we know as Ciel now and will be identified as Ciel, the one with the eye patch, throughout the entire series, is not the older twin, therefore isn't the true Earl Phantom Hive. It's real Ciel, the new character who will be referred to as real Ciel in this podcast, unless we get it wrong.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that the character of real Ciel has appeared means that some other characters are going to have rather tricky decisions to make regarding where their loyalties now lie. We'll come to a few of those in a moment, but the one that really is playing on my mind at the moment is Elizabeth Midford, who throughout the entire run of the series so far has been RCL's fiancée. But
This is a big but.
It's now quite clear that she is not his real fiance, as it were. She was never intended to be married to him. She was intended to be married to real Ciel, not our Ciel. And that, to me, raises a rather big dilemma for her. Does Lizzie pick real Ciel, her childhood playmate, her original betrothed even, and the character who she's just found out is still alive somehow, and it's pretty clear that she keeps running back to him, as we've seen him throughout the Blue Cult arc. She didn't want to be around our Ciel anymore. She clearly wanted to be with real Ciel, and I'm pretty sure they've actually met. And she even took on Sebastian and lost, but she still took on Sebastian to be with real Ciel.
So as she's quoted, I cannot go back to that side.
Yes, that side now seemingly being Ciel. But then Ciel has been her fiancé throughout the entire run of this series, and they have been to hell and back with each other, most notably in the luxury liner arc on the Companionship, which is now recently the Book of the Atlantic anime movie. Lizzie, what do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody's baby machine and be with the person who wanted you to be cute and nothing else, which isn't really Lizzie, because we know Lizzie is a badass.
Yep.
And she can only be said badass with RCL. Where do you think it's going to go with this?
I hope we don't get the situation where it's Lizzie has to be the one to make the choice in the classic "which one do I shoot?"
Oh yeah, we're not. Well, that would. I can see what you mean, but it's like, yeah, come on, it's the one with the eye patch. Pick the one with the eye patch. How do I know which one's the real Ciel? Are we really doing this?
Yeah.
But you've come up with a rather interesting theory regarding Edward, Lizzie's older brother.
Yeah. Edward has a problem with Ciel marrying Lizzie.
Whether that is that because he's purely the older brother and no one's ever going to be good enough for my little sister, or does he genuinely not like him?
I think it's the big brother protective syndrome, as I've nicknamed it.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a problem with real Ciel marrying Lizzie. But so far we've not seen his opinion on our Ciel.
Because he thinks that our Ciel is the real Ciel.
Yeah, and recently we've been getting flashbacks of when the twins were younger, before the fire and before the cult. Edward has not been seen. We see little Lizzie. Where's Edward?
He's either at the Midford mansion at Weston College, but then would he be... Let's see, he's a good few years older than them. He may have started at Weston, but he may not have done. It depends how far back we're going, because we see in chapter 131 RCL's first really, really bad coughing fit. So Lizzie would be 6 around then. I don't think Edward would be old enough to be... He wouldn't be old enough to have been at Weston, so then where would he be?
My theory, he's with RCL. He's somehow... Maybe he feels sorry for the one that's always locked up, as he's always stuck in the house. So he goes and visits him.
I really want that to be the case. I like Edward, and that would really, really endear him to me. I really want that to be the case, that Edward was the confidant, the best friend of RCL when he was little. And hopefully he won't have a problem with RCL marrying Lizzie, and hopefully he's going to be the one to steer his little sister in the right direction from our point of view.
Yeah.
But this one's going to run and run.
And just going back to Edward, last time we saw him, he was with Paula.
Yes, that was in the big, the infamous chapter 129. He sees Paula at the police station.
Yeah. Does Paula know about real Ciel? Has Lizzie told her? Because they were both at the music hall.
She must have done. Because Paula was Paula saying that Lizzie's happy now.
Yeah.
But Lizzie's mind is so screwed up at the moment, I don't think she knows what she wants. That's going to come to... Lizzie is going to come to the boil here when she sees both of them in the same room together. But we can't dwell on that too much. We've got plenty to go through. Second theory we've got on our little list in front of us. Do the twins have to fight? Could they not team up?
Judging on their behaviour with their reunion, I don't think so.
Well, real Ciel is clearly wound up. And, we get angry with each other a few times, but, not as passive-aggressive as real Ciel has been. Not that that's like really creepy at the moment. But think about it, they lost both their parents. The both of them lost their parents, I should say. The both of them were taken prisoner. It averts a battle that I don't think really needs to happen. Because I believe that they both really want to know who did the deed on their parents.
But you would be pissed with someone if, and pardon my language then, but that's just how the saying goes, if the person you trusted throughout all your life, you're tight as 2 crossed fingers, and then suddenly discover they've been stealing your identity for a few years. You wouldn't want to team up with that person, no matter what.
Maybe I'm clutching at straws. Maybe I just want both of them to live as long as possible in this series.
Could be.
I mentioned this in my chapter 129 video, briefly. And it's something I think we're either going to find out really soon, or we may not find out ever, or until the very end, is RCL's real name. Because it's clearly not Ciel.
Yeah.
Unless they both share the same name, or it's spelt, you say, like with one extra I or one extra L.
Ciel.
Could be. I want it to be Eloise. Would that be too much to ask?
It would cause a lot of confusion.
Yes, yeah, well, all those fanfiction.net and Tumblr tags would have to change. yeah, it could be one of the many possible names that Ciel was meant to could have had at the beginning of the series, way back when, a decade ago. As for finding out the name, we could find it out very soon. We may never find it out because it's taken 10 years to reveal officially that he has a twin. I was thinking about it the other night. Could RCL finally say his real name the moment before Sebastian eats him? Like, I am so and so.
It's one way to end it off, but I think probably the very last line will be, "Yes, my lord," from Sebastian.
Yeah. Or maybe when we find out RCL's real name, Sebastian might actually start calling him by that name, because Sebastian has never called RCL Ciel, because he clearly knows. He has known all the way through, being in his contract with RCL, that RCL is not the real Ciel Phantom Hive. You go back to when he's got the ring or the candy from the tummy.
Yeah.
That we know it as now. RCL says, "I as Ciel Phantom Hive, da 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 da." Sebastian laughs and says, "You tell me not to lie. You appear to be quite the liar yourself."
Yeah.
And he said quite often, "Until the day that lies become truth."
Yeah, and "You wouldn't lie to me, I've never lied."
Yeah, that was when it was all starting to go down. Or if you pick that up, we're having drinks. Another thing I touched on in the chapter 129 video I did was the reaction of the servants in the Phantom Hive household, who are also being put through the ringer right now in that foyer area. Because real Ciel doesn't like the fact that the servants are confused. Bard, May-Rin and Finney are going to be with RCL no matter what, in my opinion, because it's him who rescued them from the terrible situations that they were in, particularly Finney, who he is closer to than any of the other servants. I'd say even Sebastian.
Yeah, because they bonded in the Emerald Witch arc.
Yes, they did, and they're also of a similar age. Finney is about 3 years older. But also remember that Finney clearly picked up right away that, he I don't know whether it's an act of defiance, but he said, that person, as he points at real Ciel, is not young Master Ciel, he's an imposter.
Yeah.
So we clearly know where his loyalties lie. Snake is a character that might wobble in this situation. He's as shocked as the other three, yet if real Ciel knows certain information about RCL's past, he could quite easily drop the bomb on Snake about what the other servants, let's not forget, and RCL and Sebastian did to the rest of the Noah's Ark circus. You can imagine that scene here. Could go along the lines of, want to know what happened to Jumbo? Finney there killed him. You want to know what happened to Wendy and Peter? May-Rin shot them through the head and a window. You want to know what happened to Dagger? Bard shot him. You want to know what happened to Beast? Bard exploded her. You want to know what happened to Joker? He died of blood loss after Sebastian cut his other arm off. You want to know what happened to Doll? Ciel ordered Sebastian to kill her.
And you want to know what happened to Father?
Oh, Ciel shot him, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother shot him at point blank range in the chest.
Well, Snake is not one of the original Noah's Ark characters.
But he says he says at the end of the Murder arc, and in the Book of Murder, the anime, they were my family. Yeah.
I don't know, Snake might stay with RCL because...
RCL has also got the ammunition on his side of being able to tell Snake what they were really doing. Because he just said they were kidnapping children, not
Making them brain dead.
Not lobotomising them, making them brain dead, and harvesting their bones for prosthetics.
And on Campania, Ciel, Ciel makes Snake feel normal.
Yeah. Now let's move on to a character I've lost quite a lot of respect for, Tanaka.
Oh.
Who knew all along and was willing to take the secret to his grave.
He should have stayed in chibi form, sipping his tea.
The thing with Tanaka, he's quite big on the fact that he was the Phantom Hive's butler. Like, he was the butler to the head of the Phantom Hive family. So in his eyes, that is real Ciel.
Mm.
And I don't think that's going to change. I think he's lost to RCL for good at the moment. Because, you know, all this is subject to change. But I think Tanaka will side with real Ciel because he is the rightful heir officially.
And he's completely unfazed.
Yeah, nothing phases Tanaka. Now, Sebastian. We can't do a Black Butler video without mentioning Sebastian for a little bit.
Well, if you haven't read the latest chapter, he didn't appear.
He's not in it. I'm pretty sure that's the first time ever that Sebastian has not appeared in a chapter, which was 131. Sebastian the dog appears.
And we learned that it kept barking at RCL for some symbolic reason.
And Sebastian obviously is still contracted to RCL, and the fact that he's not the true Earl officially won't make a difference. Like, I know I'm mixing anime only with canon at the moment, but it didn't stop Claude from forming a contract with Alois when he knew damn well that Alois had no noble blood in him whatsoever.
Well, noble blood doesn't have anything to do with the contracts.
Exactly.
Luca.
Exactly.
But we have seen Sebastian spooked.
Yeah.
It's like we've all been believed that he ate the soul of the person who was sacrificed to summon him.
Yeah, which we now know on that altar was real Ciel. Now, we'll get onto this bit a little bit later with regards to real Ciel's soul and what he could and might not be. But this whole twin thing could end very, very quickly because surely all RCL needs to do is just say, Sebastian, your order, kill my twin.
Yeah.
That's when we could see maybe what real Ciel actually is now. But we'll get on to that now. He's either a bizarre doll of better quality than those who are on the Campania ship and Derek Arden.
Yeah, because notice they've gone from looking like what we would say are zombies to being able to walk and talk properly to probably real Ciel's quality.
Yeah, and let's not forget that for a brief moment, Derek Arden in the Western College arc was conscious. They said he was conscious for a brief moment. Could it be that real Ciel is not actually dead? Maybe he never died. Could it be that Sebastian ate somebody else's soul who was in that sacrifice room? I forget what you call it now. The
altar?
Yeah, the altar room, the chamber. And that's how he was able to be there. Which means that when the candy was being taken from the tummy, that perhaps real Ciel wasn't actually dead and was conscious throughout the entire thing, and that's why he's now so angry that he would go to his brother's bedroom and write it on the wall in a knife.
Yeah.
How dare you do that to me on that day? Maybe that could be it.
Or, well, going back to the souls, real Ciel clearly said to Sebastian something along the lines of, how dare you do that to me on that day? Is he referring to eating his soul?
I think that's what they're going for. But I'm just saying what else it could be.
Yeah, true.
Could real Ciel be a demon?
Going back to
Black Butler 2, yeah,
Yeah.
the end of Black Butler 2, because I have seen it that some people are making comparisons to the outfit he's wearing to the outfit that Demon Ciel was wearing at the end of series 2, but that could be a possibility. I mean, go back to what I said about Sebastian, your order killed my twin. The real giveaway then would be if real Ciel's eyes light up.
Yeah. Or he's already dead.
Well, I'm still plumping for him being a bizarre doll.
Yeah.
One thing he isn't technically, though, at the moment, he is not technically the Earl of Phantom Hive. When I say technically, I actually mean officially. Because RCL has been officially invested, if that's the right word, by Queen Victoria as the Earl of Phantom Hive.
And is the Queen's guard dog.
Yep. Even though it should have been his brother, he was believed to be dead.
Mm.
I don't know how they could get round that. Maybe the double Charleses would have to get involved.
Oh dear. Not those two.
Let's see. Next on our list is: will the next arc involve RCL chasing real Ciel? I personally believe at the moment we are in a new arc. It just hasn't been made official yet. I think the Blue Cult arc has sort of finished, and we're now on possibly what could be called the Phantom Hive Twins arc, or the Twin arc.
Well, it's also been called the Blue Star arc, I think, by other people.
I've personally not seen it written as that, but then we look at various different things.
Yeah, I think it's depending on what translation you read online.
Yeah. Blue Cult, Blue Star, same thing. Where's Bravat and all that? Where's Undertaker in all this, apart from appearing in flashbacks?
Where's the S4 gone?
I think they've all been nicked, haven't they?
Well, Violet's in hospital, and the other three, I think, were hiding in a pub.
That was a while ago. Sorry about going off on the tangent here, but I'm not. It could have been about a week ago in the manga, or a couple of days ago in the manga, on their time. But I'm pretty sure that policeman who was interviewing Violet made reference to, he's saying what the others are saying.
Ah.
But they may have been nicked or turned themselves in. Either way, they're probably still wanted for the murder of Derek Arden, and I don't be surprised if the four of them swing for it, but that's probably going to happen much further down the line. It could be real Ciel disappears as quickly as he's appeared and makes life a living hell for the people closest to RCL, and RCL's got to go around fixing all that his twin messes up.
Yeah.
Of course, I realise this is the polar opposite as to my hope that they're going to team up. Anything else before I come to the last bit?
Soma.
That pairs up quite nicely with the last bit, because the next person to enter the foyer of the Phantom Hive Manor is...
We don't know.
Is it going to be a really, 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 really angry Prince Soma? Convinced that RCL killed Agni, only to be confronted with the pair of them?
Yeah.
Is Lizzie going to appear like Tanaka did from the stairs and say, "Darling, are you coming back to your room?"
Is it going to be Edward, after being told the information from Paula?
Edward with Fred Aberline in tow, possibly.
That's probably they are my top two at the moment.
Oh, this is a pain. Or it could be a real Ciel. I've had help from a friend, and Aloise Trancy appears. Please.
Oh god, then people will be crying for Claude, and I do not want him in there.
I do. I want all of them to be in there, because then we can finally justify Series 2's existence. I like Series 2. It's like watching a good old-fashioned Sherlock Holmes versus Moriarty series. But let us know any of your theories. Let us know what you think about this. We may do some more. I've got an idea for possibly doing a Girls und Panzer one of these a little bit later in the year for when the OVAs start coming out. But until then, check out some of the other Black Butler videos on my channel, or any of the other videos I have on my channel if sport is kind of your thing as well. And this is the pair of us saying we'll talk to you, see you in the next video.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.